True love is gonna see
You want a classic, man, you better search you out, you a dinner. I like my women barefoot and pregnant cooking dinner. Not cause I'm a boss, but bitch because I am. And since I went up better, I'm with her till I be damned. Nigga, this a jam. From the ghetto to the upper echelon, J dead sent to beat the pressures on. Let the needle press upon the 12-inch. I be going in 12 sips, where's the tissue? I know you smell the shit, fire. Searching for rubies, these beauties is red glitter. Something out of a movie, so unruly and never bitter. My call of duty show you I'm truly the head nigga. The opportunity, but who's made her legs quiver? Pull my arrow from a quiver, she falls. I said timber, she claws. The big ripper, we lost in sex timber. These laws affect sinners, so I show her the straight away. Govern the mind and the body, and I don't fade away. No back down, but I don't let emotions cloud my judgment. But we on the subject, when it's a war, you know I'm tugging. If I drag you through the mud, I still keep it 100. And no matter how it feels, I'm still your fucking husband. Sometimes she likes it, sometimes she don't. Sometimes I'm icy, sometimes I'm cold. I know it sounds rough, but sit back and let it simmer. All I need is 6 months, as of now you're a beginner. A swig of Babylon, it done damage your fucking liver. That's why he sent a priest and a prophet out to deliver. You need more time than scissor, cause your mind is RZA. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you still nigga. Fuck a Tommy Hill figure. We got the skill, nigga, to pop and kill niggas, to stop and heal niggas. Them Dr. Phil niggas is not for real, nigga. I cop the zeal, nigga, from out the field, nigga. Taking chances, circumstances, that romance is for the birds, but the truth is for the ruthless, what every woman deserves. Kicking none of them to the curb, some of them just prefer. If one of them gets the notion, she running them just absurd. I'm loving the 2/3, a flock without a shepherd, worse off than Helen Keller. Red and red peppers on top of the red letters, mixing business with the pleasure. This is water turned to wine, circa 1969. Left religios behind and tie that fire to your spine and put this burden in your mind. Your warrior presence lying. Sometimes she likes it, sometimes she don't. Sometimes I'm icy, sometimes I'm just cold.
Yeah, those are messed up, no. Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on his ass real quick one time. 144, baby. Run that shit up, Trey.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole guard. Yeah, they know they call me Obi-Wan. I go with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about any more. I need a Vaseline like my Nina pump a bar. Took a Zach, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like a dart. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Tsung. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Hop She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole cart. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan, I come with the fart. You gon' ride, yeah, of course, get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this lord, told that bitches either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that, I swear I'm to our court. Yeah, I just got off the call, I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas, get your knife and your fart. They ain't locked in with the count and with you speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor, ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign, tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion, they can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and out there. You can't do with them steppers, niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent, I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I read that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we whole cart. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan, I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course, get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, told that bitch is either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that, I swear I'm to our car. And I just made it call, we gon' start another war. Yeah.
All right, shalom. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana, where we teach so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians the truth about the Bible, that they are God's chosen people, the Israelites. Like it. And Jesus Christ is coming back to save them from captivity, from slavery, from poverty, from their reservation, from their concentration camp, from their barrio. That's what Jesus Christ in the English, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach in the Hebrew, is coming back to do. Now you just have to align yourself to be on the side of your king, man. Not on the side of these fake leaders that you've elected, these pastors, these fake Israelite leaders to lead you. You see them doing nothing for your people, doing nothing for the starving children, doing nothing for the homeless, doing nothing for those in need, as Christ did. And yet you follow them still because they have a lust that you require, some lust that you have in common with that Israelite leader. And you might want to check your spirit about that, brother. Check your spirit about that. We're going to get right into it. Tonight's lesson is about how Israelites hate the migrant crisis that's happening on the border right now. I asked myself, how can so many brothers and sisters, I've had many brothers come up to me and tell me about how immigrants are the new problem in America. They're gonna come and take all our jobs. They're gonna come and lower all the wages. They're gonna do all the jobs that we do for cheap and things like that, and that's gonna really kill us all off. Well, let me tell you something, brother. Look, first things first. I remember what it was like to be poor, and we got right through it with top ramen, Ramadan ramen, all of that good stuff. But are you telling me that you would rather see another human being die so that you can eat better, so you can make a little bit more money? And that shows me that you have that mark of the beast that's spoken of in Revelations. That's what you have. You have the mark of the beast spoken of in Revelation. But another thing too, a lot of these brothers that are coming up to me talking to me about, oh yeah, you know, these Muslims this, Muslims, or not Muslims, but immigrants this, immigrants that, they're coming up to me and they themselves are immigrants, or they are second generation. Their father, their grandfather was an immigrant. And I'm saying, well, damn, do you hate your father? Do you hate yourself? Do you hate your grandfather? What sense does this make, man? I'm gonna tell you what these migrant men, women, and children are coming over here to suffer here in America. And when I say the word suffer, it's not this lavish penthouse that the Western media would like you to believe. Look at me using Republican pundit terms. It's not this lavish penthouse apartment hotel. Oh, they're in the hotels. What do you want them to be? What do you want them to be? They have to be somewhere. You should be happy for them. Isn't that all you wanted for yourself? You know what the golden rule is? This is in the Bible. Do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. You're such a selfish, deranged, brainwashed bastard that you would rather see those brothers who crossed that treacherous thousands of mile trek through the Central America up to that border to plead for help. You would see them. You would pray to see them on the streets. You have no heart. You have no heart and no soul in you, like your oppressor. And I'm gonna show you what they do to these children, man. I'm gonna show you what they do to these migrant children who make their way through with their parents or without their parents to the borders of America, or so-called or North America, the United States of America. I'm gonna show you right now.
Facilities for well-known brands.
All right, hold on.
Migrant children in the U.S. are working in some of the most dangerous jobs in the country. What's more, private auditors assigned to root out unlawful labor practices often overlook child labor. Laura Barone Lopez has more.
Let me tell you something. What's happening is there is a abundant amount of child labor in the labor market now. You're worried about a Mexican man coming to take your job. That's what you're worried about. If your work ethic is so poor that you're afraid of losing your job to a person who doesn't speak English, well, then maybe you should work on how your work ethic. But even more so, before that man comes into place, they're going to send their children first. Are you going to be outworked by a child? Is that your greatest fear? These Mexican kids are going to take my job. I told a brother today, he told me about the Mexican crisis. He told me about the kids. I said, yeah, these kids, they're actually putting these kids in these jobs you're talking about. These kids are working against the law to facilitate the growth of America's biggest companies like Tyson's Butcher House. He was talking to me like, yeah, Tyson just laid off a ton of employees, all this, all that. I was like, yeah, and they were replaced with children. Little children working at 3 a.m., power washing the floor of blood and dangerous, sharp, powerful power equipment. Things that can kill you in an instant or maul you in a moment. And you're over here crying about if you can make the same amount of money tomorrow. He might die tonight. We have become a heartless people, just like our oppressor. I would prefer us not this way, man. You're, of course, not here in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. Here in the ISUPK, we love our people. We actually give a damn about our people. And that's what leads to the success of this country. The success of this country isn't because our oppressor is harder working, more intelligent, or anything like that. The success of our oppressor is purely based in the fact that they only love themselves. They only love people who look exactly like them. So when they came over here and the Native Americans gave an olive branch of peace and extended resources and land for them to stay on, these oppressors came and said, this is good. Now we're going to take over them. Columbus wrote, he said, back to the Queen of Spain, he said, look, if you just give me 100 good men, I could dominate this whole society. They're so peaceable. They're so kind. They're so loving. They're so friendly that if you just give me 100 men, I could take over this whole continent. And that's exactly what he did. And now you look, that's the only reason that they've succeeded, because we didn't love ourselves more. They love themselves more. And that's the true spirit behind brotherhood. You better find who your brother is and you better love him to the death. This is the Tuesday night brotherhood class, brother. That's what it is, sister. Brotherhood. You better love your brother. Y'all be back. Don't be out there talking mess. I don't want to hear a bad word about your brother. I don't want to hear a word about your brother. Oh, you know, so and so be doing this, so and so be doing that. You better go tell that brother. You better go talk to that brother first. You better go be like, hey, yeah, brother, hey, what's up with this, man? I heard you be getting down like that. Oh, yeah, you know. Oh, Salakia. Damn, I ain't even know it came off like that. I'm gonna work that out. And now look at that. Now you have remarkable change and progress in your community. But instead, you would rather, as your oppressor does, beat down and destroy your community, undermine it, and talk bad about it. Oh, yeah, you know. Oh, so-and-so be doing this, so-and-so be doing that. Well, brother, sis, did you ever go tell that brother, or ask that brother if that's true, or ask that brother if that's how it's going down, how they see it? Oh, no, I don't really need to. I know enough. No, you don't. You don't know enough. You don't know anything at all except what you've come to understand in yourself, because what's inside of you is a hate for black people. It's a disdain for black people. It's what's described in the Dahl test. You subconsciously hate black people, and that's something you're gonna have to overcome. That's something you're going to have to overcome if you really care about black people. All you fake woke leaders, all these fake leaders you follow that are so pro-black, what is the last kind thing that they've orchestrated or done for black people? What is, name it for me in the comments if you can think of it. I think it's Nashik Rashid or whatever. All these Muslims, what's his brother name? Damn, he's so old. Farrakhan, you know what I mean? The civil rights leaders, quote unquote leaders, like Al Sharpton and so on and so forth. Those are the people you look up to, aside with your Christian leaders, aside with all these people. But really, I noticed something. You don't really care about Black Matters. You only care about when Black matters, when it's you. But Black don't matter any other time of the day. When you're Black in yourself. We're gonna have to grow, brother. If you know what I mean, you're gonna have to find some similarities between you and those brothers across that border. That's a fact. Let me get back to this video. Let me get back to the news report.
A recent New York Times investigation found auditors failed to identify child migrants working at production warehouses used by some of America's most recognizable brands, including Skittles, McDonald's, and Gerber. In addition,
Look, let me tell you something. I will not be buying a Skittle. Let me write this down somewhere. I won't be buying a Skittle. Can't buy no McDonald's or Gerber. Can't do it because they have enslaved the children of my people. And I love my people, brother. I love them. I love them to the death. And I will engrave this into my memory, because you cannot let somebody tell you that these migrants are the problem. These migrants are not the problem. They are not. Their countries were destabilized by this country. Their economies ravished and pillaged. You look back 30 years, 40 years, 50 years ago, these countries were affluent and self-sufficient and perfectly fine. You want to know what the CIA has already on file in public for everyone in mass? The fact that they professionalize and destabilizing Central American governments and economies. That's something they admitted to on record. Now, are you going to tell me that Venezuela, Haiti has already in part been admitted to that it is a U.S., the U.S. has been involved in it. Haiti, Venezuela, and all these conflicts and struggles going on in Central and South America are not entirely or not in partly due to the United States of America. You would be a fool. You would be a fool. It's like it's like you saying, you know, I know that you robbed so and so and we didn't do anything about it, but I just could never believe that you robbed blank blank and blank. You're a lemon. You're a rube. You're a yuckity yuck. You're somebody who's easy to take advantage of.
Most common job for migrant children coming
Look
to the
at
U.S.
this.
is also one of the most
Look
hazardous.
at this.
Roofing and
That is a
construction.
child
Despite
on the roof carrying over 80 pounds of sheathing on his back, falling through the roof. Something that could kill him. No safety equipment. They just picked him up off the border, told him to get to work. And somehow the labor association cannot find these little children, even though other entities like this news organization and other news organizations can just be like, are you a child? How old are you? ¿Cuántos tienen 12 años? They said, look, I'm 12 years old. I'm 12 years old. How old are you? I'm 11. How old are you? I'm 10. That's all it took. Are you telling me these labor associations can't find these kids and find these organizations, or are they looking the other way? You're going to need to point the finger at who's really the problem here. These people are really picking these children up on purpose. This is child slavery here in America in 2024. This article dropped. Let me get this for you. I believe it was January 1st. Yeah, January 1st, 2024. This is something I've taught about before, and I will continue to teach about, because you're overlooking a child in chains. Now, let me tell you something. The God is a just God. You might be back in those chains, and you'll want somebody to be sympathetic to you, and there will be no one. There's no adult over you. There's no one who cares. There's no one who's going to care about you if you don't care about these little children right here. That's a fact, brother. What are you crying about? Palestine? What are you crying about? The Ukraine? We're spending billions of dollars in the Ukraine. Well, brother, look, they're saving trillions of dollars on labor with child slavery. Shut your mouth. Talk about the real issues. You're uneducated and you're hateful in your spirit. You're going to need to fix that first. All right, Salaki, let me get the rest of this article, this video, and I'll read a bit of the
federal
article.
law prohibiting anyone under 18 from
15,
doing so.
This
Hannah
brother's
Dreier
15.
of the New York Times joins me now. Hannah, thanks so much for being here. You reviewed private audits conducted at 20 production facilities for well-known brands. What did those audits reveal about the use of illegal child labor?
So at all of these production facilities, there were children working usually the night shift with fake IDs, doing jobs that are totally off limits for minors. These are industrial jobs, working assembly lines, working with caustic chemicals at slaughterhouses. And despite the fact that there were private auditors sent explicitly to try to find out if these plants were using child labor, these kids were missed every single time.
How did the companies respond to your investigation?
Oh, they just happened to be missed. They just happened not to catch them. The shorty who looks like he can't drink, you missed him. 15 years old is the oldest I've seen in these reports so far. I've seen a 12-year-old. I've seen a 10-year-old. I've seen a 10-year-old shoot another kid who looked like he was 8 with a cattle prod on video. That's what's going on here. That's what's going on here. And what does that show us as well? It shows us you shouldn't self-deprecate as much as you do. Shouldn't think you're as dumb as they say you are, because they have your children doing your job. They think your children do a finer job than they ever could. They think your children are doing better than them. They would fire their son or their cousin who's 30 or 24 or 48. They would fire them to hire your 10-year-old child. of course, it's pennies on the dollar, but they think it's about the same labor. It's about the same efficiency. So what does that tell you about yourself? You need to elevate yourself, black man. If you're watching this, I need you to drop a comment as well. Like the video, help out the truth, man. If you really with Christ, this is the least you can do. You know, and then the next least thing is pay your tithes. Those are the two least things you can do. If of course you're a new guy, you're just checking it out. Check it out, whatever. Check out the ISUPK. Check out General Muhammad's classes. But regardless, you need to drop a comment. You need to drop a like. I don't like seeing these people in my class and you're not liking the video and commenting. Say shalom or something like that. But this is what's going on here in America. At the same time, they're telling you that blacks and Hispanics are, not intelligent.
That these children were missed repeatedly.
I've been covering migrant child labor for the past almost 2 years now, and we have uncovered children working these kinds of jobs in all 50 states. And every time I've gone to the companies and said, McDonald's, why were children making the pork in your sandwiches? Or Gerber, why were children working overnight on your baby food products? They say, well, that can't possibly have happened because we have auditors in place who are supposed to be catching this stuff. And what we found is really the system is set up in a way that it's not going to find children. Children work at night and the auditors come in the morning. Children work with fake IDs. The auditors are checking paperwork, not actually speaking with children. A 16-year-old was killed over the summer making chicken that goes in Chick-fil-A sandwiches, but he was working with an ID that said that he was in his 30s. So that's never going to get caught by the system.
The private auditing industry makes billions to root out bad.
Look, man. And you know what a racist will say? A racist will say this. They'll say, well, it's that kid's fault for working with a fake ID. Who gave him the fake ID? These children are taken by adopters and, basically driven from the border or from whatever sanctuary city they're from to whatever place they're needed to work. That's a fact. If you do any kind of light research, you'll find that out. And of course, this woman is explaining to you, why don't auditors catch this? And she's saying, let me tell you something. She's telling the business, yes, there are children. I've seen children working in your business, doing dangerous jobs. And you know what they say? They brush it off. No children could ever work here. We even have auditors, people who, make sure that everybody's the right age. Why the hell would you have an auditor to just make sure? You know what nobody's ever done at any of my jobs? Come and ask me, how old are you? What's your name? Where you from? Nobody's ever done that. So these auditors are entirely a gate, just something to further validate the child slavery and to keep at bay the mass media that should be pointed at this subject. That's what that is. That's all that is. And if I were running a business and I had half of a heart and I had half of a soul, and somebody told me that there's a child with a loaded cattle prod or a knife slaughtering and cutting chickens and cows, I would say, where did you see this? What location? Tell me, find it for me. But you know why they don't care? It's because it's Mexicans. It's because they're brown. It's because they're the people that nobody cares about. But I give a damn about them. I give a damn about them. You should too. If you're one of them, especially if you're Black, Hispanic, or Native, that's what you should give a damn about. But no, you're selfish. You're a selfish man with selfish problems. A selfish man's problems are more money, more food, more, with no care for the people around you, no care for the children around you even. And that's a verse in the Bible that talks about our oppressor. I'm gonna read a part of that right now. Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. Imagine that, like the boats landing on Plymouth Rock, or Christopher Columbus landing in Mexico, or Central America. That's how far these people travel just to oppress my brothers, just to oppress us as well. Blacks, blacks all over the world, Hispanics all over the world, and natives, which are, like the same thing. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance. That's what they had. The devil don't care about these kids. The devil doesn't care about what these children feel and have to suffer. They don't give a damn. They look at you like, there's more of them coming across the border. God damn, we need Donald Trump to build that wall. And they hate you and they hunt you secretly at night with shotguns on ATVs. That's what they do. That's what they do. They are a nation of fierce countenance. A nation, Salakia, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. That is who we have over us today. This is a biblical prophecy in front of us right now. If you have the eyes to see it, that's what's going on. You think Joe Biden give a damn about these kids? Joe Biden is the reason these kids are here. This is a plan from Obama's era. This is a plan. They're like, yeah, we're gonna, after we destabilize their governments and their countries, they're gonna flee to our border. All right, we got to build some cages, we got to build some facilities to have them in place to process them before they get shipped out to where they need to go, or XYZ. That could be trafficking that could be actual, graping. That could be labor. You see, only young boys are doing these labor laws. Where are the little girls at? You're going to have to ask yourself the hard questions. What is really going on at the border? You hate these people for showing up. Why are they showing up? And what is happening to them when they show up? All you see on the news is, oh, they're getting shipped to New York. They're getting put in hotels for a week, 2 weeks. Oh, my God, they got cards with money on them. 50 Cent crying. Oh, they getting money? Shut your dumb ass. You're not in that position. You're not in the position to hate these people. When you're mad at these people because the people who oppressed you are showing favor to these other oppressed people. That is the most hateful thing you could ever do. And that is what you call a crab in a bucket. That's what you call somebody. It's a pit fight. You're setting two Negroes against each other. It's a lot. I'm gonna get this right, man. It's gonna be a short class tonight. If you're in the live, like the live, comment in the live. I can see no one's commented, unless my internet is bad. But I'm gonna get the rest of this video. I'm gonna close it out.
In cleaning crews for slaughterhouses, or they're working in meat packing plants across the country. Are there disincentives for auditors to actually say that there are child laborers?
That's exactly right. I talked to dozens of these auditors, and they say that they essentially have this conflict of interest. The audits are paid for by the factories. And so auditors say when they come in and they find a lot of violations, they get in trouble with the factories and sometimes even with their own private auditing firms. I spoke to one auditor who was finding a lot of problems at factories, and his bosses sent him an email and they said, people will forget what you said, they'll forget what you did, but they're not going to forget how you made them feel. And
let me tell you something, brother. She just said that these auditors are financially incentivized to not find problems, which is how every cookered company works in America. Look at Boeing Airlines, where that auditor was killed or died mysteriously because he was like, these planes are unsafe. These planes are unsafe. I found hundreds of problems on this Spirit airline flight plane. I found all these problems. And now he's dead because you're getting in the way of money, brother. You're getting in the way of the money. Now, what do you think? Now, these auditors here that are strategically somehow put in place to find ethical errors in their hiring, now they're like turning a blind eye. And she says that she's talked to them personally, won't name them, and says that they are financially gifted for not finding problems. This is the wicked country that is over the planet today. And I would have you know it. If you love America but hate blacks, Hispanics, and natives in any capacity, then the love of God and Christ is not in you. With that, I will close out the class.